This is how training video on dinosaur eggs. This is what you'll need. You'll need coffee grounds already used. So this is a coffee which comes out of the coffee pot after you're finished. Sand, salt, flour, water, but please notice the pipette, you need just a bit, and a container for when the egg is ready and the children need to take this home. You will also have to bury in this fossilized egg a little stump, a sustainable stump, which will be made of a cube and a little bit and the dinosaurs attached by glue. We've already packed everything, so I'll just use the cube just for reference, but you'll understand. In a moment we'll start. So again, please study again the procedure and the ingredients, because we are starting, and away we go. Let's start with the coffee grounds. We're putting 1 cup worth of this in a bowl. Do you see the bowl? Don't forget, you always need a tray. 1/3 of a cup of salt. 1/3. Please wear gloves and make sure your students also wear gloves. 1/3 of a cup of sand. Again, wear gloves. 1/3 of a cup of flour. And now it's time for the water. But before you add water, stir thoroughly with a spoon. It doesn't matter if it is metallic or wood. I'm going to use wood because we've packed all our metallic spoons. Very good mix. If you can, make sure it's smooth without any clumps. Stir properly. You want the coffee, you want all the ingredients to have mixed well with each other. So do not be shy about going stirring, mixing. And if you're doing this at a camp, and I think we only do this at camps, go for and stir and stir and stir, roar, because these are dinosaurs, and stir and stir and stir, roar, because these are dinosaurs, you see. And now next step, the water. This is the most delicate part. Now I like to start with 50 milliliters of water. Do you see this dinky cup? Now you can either prepare yourself a dinky cup or a larger cup at 50 milliliters, or notice the capacity of the pipette and just use the pipette. Just get yourself some water and then use the pipette. It's up to you. What I would say though, please do not let the children simply pour the water bang into the cup. You want the moisture, you want water to go everywhere and anywhere. So, squeeze, release, pour, squeeze, release, pour, squeeze, release, pour, and then mix, 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 roar. We'll see when this is done. Now, a quite wet mixture. I forgot to tell you, and I think it's very important. If you got your coffee grounds from a cafe or I don't know, a patisserie, anywhere and they will give that to you, and it's fresh, you may even need less than 50. But these have been about for 2 or 3 days, so the water it's to some extent evaporated, so the coffee grounds are quite dry. So 50 milliliters were enough. Now, if you've got ground coffee which has been lying about safely, I hope, for over a week, you may have very dry content. So you may have, instead of 50, 60, but never, ever start with more than 50. Start with 50. Check and stir and stir and stir. Then and only then, if you really think it's too dry, there has to be some cohesion, then you add. But start by adding 10 milliliters of water with a pipette. Don't forget the pipette. 10 milliliters at a time. And see how far you go. We are ready for the exciting part. Remember, this is the part when the children will want to grab it. You have to be very careful. Make sure they all have got their gloves. The gloves are intact and the goggles are on. And here we go. Look, we have got a small putty. It shouldn't be very big. Now let's pretend this is the whole stump. You only see the base of the stump. This would be the whole stump. Now get the children to gently close the egg. Gently, by keeping it in the palm of their hands. And at this stage, put them in a plate. If you have organized the plate for each team, then make sure that you put the name of the team, if you've got a name or a number, or the name of the children in this team. What you don't want is a 5 o'clock crisis. It's my egg. It's your egg. Believe me when I tell you, there will be a crisis. Now, if you like, at this stage, you find it's too wet, you can always add a little bit of flour or a little bit of sand, but please exercise caution, because you do not want something to dry. This is not a complicated experiment, as I say to my colleague and my friends. It's just a bit fiddly, and you have to exercise caution and discretion. Now, how do you make sure that the children take this home without making a mess of the cars, of the bike? And I have been thinking about this. This year, I usually gave them the equivalent of little bowls, but it didn't work because they were not covered. So this year, I bought these cups, these cappuccino cups, you see there. And what I'm going to do, I am going to put them on the side. There's enough air for the cup, for the egg not to go moldy, and then I'm going to wrap them up, secure the exit with some tape, and then put it in tell the parents, but also put it in my label here, that the moment they go home, they have to remove this gently from the cup and put it somewhere safe. This is just for the duration, you see. Now, because there's a hole, and I don't know if you see it, now if you're worried about the egg being a bit too dry, cover the hole as well. So it's up to you. One thing I have to say, please cover the middle. Do not expect the cup and the cup lid to be strong enough to be cohesive, even if there's something inside. And that's it, really. Finally, I've been asked this question. So where can we put the dinosaur eggs to dry? So tell the parents in an email, if it needs be, when they have gone home and they've removed the egg from the container, to put them on a tray or on a little bowl, and put them in a dry place, on a windowsill exposed to the sun. If they've got a garden, in a place when it's quite sunny. You do not want this in the oven. It's very important. I would prefer the egg to be outdoors only when the people are outdoors, because there can be birds, there can be squirrels, and then you're going to have children crying on Easter morning. So this is the treat that I always say. If you make it on a Tuesday before Easter, by Easter they should be dry enough to break them and get your dinosaurs stamp. You do not want to abandon them in the garden, because you never know. Please tell the parents. Do not be very specific. Do not leave this here. This is just a container to safely convey this home. If they leave it here, even if they remove the tape from the hole, there will not be enough air. So there will be no moldy air. Be very specific, because this is one of those very loved experiments that, if gone wrong, will make the children very upset.